Hey, you. Yeah, you. Welcome to my OSRS salvaging guide in a nutshell. Alright, guys, so if you're at this video, you're probably just looking for some tips and tricks on how to get started in salvaging. So, what we're going to cover in this video, we're just going to talk over the XP rates and what you can kind of expect, some crewmates that you should probably be using, the salvaging station that you need to ensure that you've got on your boat, salvaging spots and the boat requirements to get to each one, salvaging worlds, salvaging methods, and the crystal extractor. All right, guys, salvaging and what you can expect. So you can see here that I'm getting about 40k XP an hour. Now this is doing the two crewmates standing on my boat AFK method. So I'm just standing here, and then every 10 to 15 minutes, if I remember, I'll come back, I'll check the cargo hold, I'll sort through all of the drops, mostly end up dropping everything, and then go back for another 10 to 15 minute AFK. The XP rates vary because you could have two dragon hooks, you could be manning the hook yourself, and if obviously you put a slightly bigger investment in and a little bit more effort, then you're going to get slightly more XP rates than what you're seeing on screen. But if you don't, then just expect what you're seeing on screen, really. Now, of course, as well, one thing I want to just touch on real quick is that this is the highest tier shipwrecks. If you do a shipwreck that's under this, then just expect slightly less XP an hour. It's the complete same. Maybe you're using different hooks. Maybe you're using some different crewmates. But outside of that, you're just standing here. You're looking good. And you're enjoying some AFK time. All right, let's get into crewmates. So I'm going to pull them up on screen now, as you can see. So there's only one thing that we care about here, guys. And it's deck handiness, okay? We want to make sure that we're getting the crewmates that have the highest possible deck handiness for our sailing level. You can see there on the left, we've got some sailing requirements. So if you are about 85 sailing, then you want to be looking to use Cabin Boy Jenkins and Jolly Jim. And then if you're about 50 sailing, you want to be looking to use Captain Saeed and Jobless Jim. Of course, guys, do note that if you're using a crewmate with a deck handiness of 4, they can work up to dragon hooks. And if you're using a crewmate with a deck handiness of 3, they can work up to rune hooks. We're just going to touch on the salvaging station here real quick for those who aren't aware before we get too deep into the video. So you need to ensure that you've got the salvaging station on your boat. You can get it from the Chinchompa Island, which has a 42 sailing requirement. And just to show you real quick what that looks like. So all you need to do is just go to on screen, dig between the two trees, and you'll get the key. And then head on over to the island where you can open up the chest to get the schematic to build the salvaging station. Alright guys, let's get into it. So the first two shipwrecks that we're going to be looking at here are the large shipwreck and the pirate shipwreck, having a 53 sailing requirement and a 64 sailing requirement. Outside of that, no other requirements. So once you get to the level, just feel free to head on over and you should be able to just start AFKing and enjoying some sweet XP. Now, the next two that we're going to talk about are the mercenary shipwrecks and the Fremnik shipwrecks. Now, along with the sailing requirement, there are other boat requirements that you need to pay attention to before you try to go in AFK at these spots. So, the mercenary shipwreck has a 73 sailing requirement, but it also has an adamant helm requirement. So you'll need to build that on your boat before you can access the waters in that location. And then for the Fremnik shipwreck, you need to make sure that you've got the Eternal Brazier on your boat to ensure that you can access the waters there, so then you can start AFK. And then last but not least, you've got the merchant shipwrecks, which have no requirements outside of 87 sailing. So once you get that level, then just go on over and start AFKing there too. Now, guys, I do want to pay attention real quick to the lower end ones under 50. You can do these, though I do not recommend. And the reason for this is simply because if you aren't able to have the bigger boat, you don't have two hooks, the XP rates are really bad. And honestly, once you get trials, you can speedrun straight into 53 before you know it. And of course, guys, make sure that you're upgrading your hook along the way. Just make sure that you're always using the highest tier hook that you can for your boat. It's going to help your XP rates greatly. Right, it's time for some salvaging tips because you've made it this far into the video, so you deserve it, and I really appreciate you watching, and I do hope that anything in this video has helped you sort of get started on your salvaging journey. So there are 3 worlds that the community use for salvaging, and those are 486, 485, and 484. You want to probably just rotate between whichever one is not full. Though I don't think that these worlds are needed anymore with the quality of life changes that Jagex recently implemented. But it's always nice to, play an MMO with everyone and sort of get stuck in with the community. So if you're looking for people to salvage with, have a chat with, then obviously head on over to those worlds. If not, I don't think it matters too much. So that's just one tip for you. The next tip is the Crystal Extractor. So the Crystal Extractor gives you about 14k XP an hour if you're constantly pressing it every 45 seconds on cooldown. So if you get the level for that and you've completed the trial to earn the reward, then obviously go ahead and add that to your boat and click it every now and then to increase your XP an hour. And then finally, last but not least, my third tip is to make sure you're utilizing things like the plank sack, log basket, herb sack, gem bag, seed box, and high alchemy runes for all the different types of drops that you're going to get while you're out at sea salvaging.